Stephanie, I'm going to start with you. This will be the 8th year of Row Detroit's Young Talent. What have we learned about how important these kind of opportunities are for young people in our city to get?
Oh my goodness. Giving young people an opportunity to explore careers is just priceless. Young people 14 to 24 can do anything if they really see that there's true opportunities, and then we give them pathways. So what we've learned over these 8 years is that young people are really interested in learning about pathways and careers and opportunities and what it takes to actually be successful in areas that they never knew anything about. What I really enjoy and think is valuable about GDYT is that young people can play in a space safely, and if they don't like it, they can choose something else. A lot of times we get older, we spend money on tuition in college, and then we realize, uh-oh, this is not what I'm really interested in. So this is career exploration 2.0, and young people are talented and they have so many options. And this program really gives them a chance to do it in a safe space with meaningful adults and earn money to do so.
Yeah, 8,000 kids a year participating in this. Stephanie, did you imagine that it would reach as many people as it had when we started this?
Absolutely not. The closest we got to that, Stephen, was during ARA. If you remember, under President Obama, they actually allocated $11 million to the city of Detroit for one summer, and we served 7,000 young people. So I made a statement before, it took an act of Congress to match what we're doing now. So never thought that we'd be able to raise the kinds of funds, a lot of philanthropic and private dollars, to be able to reach and exceed the goals that we did. I think that was in 2008 under President Obama. Yeah. So no, not at all, Stephen. Just impressed with all of the work and the support, particularly as Mayor Duggan as our champion. It's really made a difference.
Yeah. So Shuna, I wonder if you can talk about a little bit from the employer side, the kinds of places that are participating and what they're getting out of all of this.
Great. It really is a partnership, a group effort to make the program work. We have community-based organizations, nonprofits that wrap their arms around young people and get them ready for these experiences. And then we have our private sector employers that are ready to embrace and take young people in and offer them, as Stephanie was saying, the exposure to what it's like to really be in a work setting, to have a boss, to have a supervisor, to have to be somewhere on time, all of those pieces. And so we work hard to match young people to things that they're interested in. So if you want to be a lawyer, then we want to connect you with the law office. If you want to explore trades, then we want to connect you to some training and experiences in the area that you're interested in. If you're interested in nonprofits or community work, community development. So because of the wide range of support that we have in the community, we're able to offer young people an equally wide range of experiences.
Yeah. And talk about how, I guess, how you have to prepare employers to be able to have young people working in their workplaces. It's not something that happens all the time. What are some of the challenges, I guess, and some of the opportunities that you've seen there?
Yeah, it's definitely a two-way street. So we work hard to get the young people ready to be in the environment. And then we also work hard to get the employers ready to have the right expectations, to understand that these are young people, that, as Stephanie said, it's experimental ground for them. So it's an opportunity for them to make mistakes and learn and not have to suffer the consequences that we would, in the real world of work. So with employers, we want them to understand premises around youth development, positive youth development, premises around teachable moments, patience, tools and skills to create experiences that match young people's abilities and the levels that they're at and where they're at to learn, because our young people, as Stephanie said, are 14 to 24. So that's a big range. And so the experiences need to be customized, so to speak, to where the young people are developmentally.
So Joslyn, this is all about you and other young people like you in our city. So I'm really eager to hear what this experience was like for you. Let's start with where you worked and why you chose that place to spend your summer.
I worked throughout GDYT. I worked through the healthcare program, and I chose that because what I want to do when I get older is relating to that. So like when I get older, I want to become a radiologist, and I chose that throughout the GDYT is because it will help me gain communication skills when I go to that certain field. And also it taught me pros and cons in the healthcare field that would help me decide on where I wanted to go in the career field.
Mhm.
So,
So tell me what that first day of work was like for you. Most of us can remember our first days of work. We were probably a little older than you were when we went and did it. Were you nervous? Were you excited? How did that feel?
I was excited because it was my first year doing GDYT, but I was also kind of scared because I didn't have any friends to do it with, but I knew that I could meet new people to do it with. So that's what helped me throughout the GDYT experience.
Yeah. And what do you think you took away from that first experience? Things that I guess maybe you still have now, or maybe relationships even that you still have now with the place that you work.
What I took away from it is that it helped me gain my communication skills more, and also it helped me expand my horizon in the field because I learned multiple concepts that I never knew before I went into the GDYT program. And also I communicated with a lot of people by doing projects within the field. So yeah.
Yeah. So Stephanie, when we think about programs like this, I think it's useful in some ways to think about outcomes and hope for outcomes, and then how close we come to reaching those outcomes. Give us a sense after 8 years of what kind of outcomes we're seeing long term with the people who participate, and whether they're measuring up to what we thought might happen.
Well, some of the things that we look for is that young people do connect beyond GDYT to permanent opportunities. Either they go on to post-secondary or they go into permanent work opportunities within the career path that was best for them from their experience with GDYT. We see that young people are retaining these opportunities. They're going back to school. They're more likely to take their SATs and ACTs. We've seen where there's some math scores. We've seen a difference in young people just understanding the importance of education and why do I need to learn how to do algebra? Well, there's some careers where algebra kind of is beneficial. So we talk about contextualized learning. So I think that retention in school and seeing the importance of education and remaining all the way through to graduation those are some of the things that we're seeing. And we're looking forward to, over the years, young people coming back, being mentors, talking about their experiences. Joslyn, we hope you'll come back and talk to young people about your experiences and just encouraging them to continue. So yes, Stephen, retention in school, high school, going on to post-secondary, and then employment opportunities. And what we see is a participation rate that's above 80% every year. So young people are sticking and staying, and that's important, particularly what we had to go through over the last 2 years with COVID and the virtual experience. Young people are staying with us and just really just sticking and staying and moving into career pathways to be the feeder to the workforce of the future.
Yeah. Shuna, Hayward, I wonder if you have other ideas about outcomes and what they look like in the workplaces themselves and the sort of job landscape in Detroit.
Right. I think one important part that comes out of this whole experience is letting our young people know that there are opportunities here in the city. that Detroit cares about its young people and is willing to invest in our young people, and that we want them to stay here and invest back into the community in which they grew up. And so we see that through our employers and our philanthropic sector coming to the table to create these opportunities, young people now are able to see beyond, just their school walls and buildings, what the future might hold for them here in Detroit and not have to go elsewhere.
Yeah. So Joslyn, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. What's next for you? Of course, you have more school to finish, but did your summer experiences tell you that you had the right idea about what you want to do when you're an adult, or have you maybe seen something else or changed your mind?
No, it has been the same. And when I did GDYT, it has taught me that I can communicate with others. And also, I haven't really changed my mind about what I want to do when I get older. And it always has been to be a radiologist when I graduate high school. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Stephanie, Joslyn, and Shuna, congratulations on the work. Congratulations, especially on this 8th year of Grow Detroit's Young Talent. And thanks for being with us here on American Black Journal.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, Stephen. Pleasure.
Even